You know, bro, some women will never be married. You know, and that's a woman's dream right there is to get married, have children, you know, but some women won't never see that happen in their lifetime. You know? And run around with the Chaz and the Tyrones of the world, the bad boy, you know. And then they get to be 30, and nobody's trying to marry them, man. You know? Nobody's trying to marry them. And they gotta spend the rest of their life alone, man. You know, like that dog lady, she'll never be married. What's up with it? What's up with it, Jamie? Like that dog lady, the Twinkie dog lady, she'll never be married. She'll never have children. It is a wrap for her. She has no more time left. You feel me? That time is up. If a woman ain't married by the time she's 30, man, she'll never get married. She'll never have children if she doesn't have children. This woman, this dog lady, she's out of time, bro. And she can't go back and rewind the clock. Can't do it. See, us men, nature is more forgiving with us, even though our life is harder. But nature allow us to keep reproducing throughout our whole entire lives. We could bust nuts into the day that we die, man. You know, women, they ain't got that time like that. By the time they get to be 30, it's a wrap. And you can't argue and negotiate. You can't negotiate. You can't talk it down. You know, you feel me? You know, you can't reason. Nah, it's like once the time is up, your time is up as a female, and you will never get married. And by the time you get, if you ain't had no kids, by the time you get to be 40, it's a done deal, man. You know, you feel what I'm saying? I don't know. And Hellcat either seemed to attract another sub-5 woman. No, I never had anything to do with her. I learned my lesson that first time. See, the thing is, we got a small homeless community. So homeless people gravitate toward other homeless people. She was just a friend that I used to kick it with. Never was sexually attracted to her, bro. That's not what I mean, I'd rather jack off than have sex with her, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know, and I did, man. It's been nice when she camped, you know, by my spot, and I jerked off, you know, while she was asleep. For real, I ain't trying to. Nah, I'm good. I ain't trying to mess with that. You know. So you'll never ever be able to turn back the clock as a female. Once the time is past, it's past. What they call it, the wall, right? The wall can't be reasoned with, bro. You can't talk it, you know, you can't negotiate, you know, you feel me? You can't negotiate, you can't talk it down and say, I'm sorry, I need more time. Nope. Once the time is up, it's up. It's like a clicking top. I mean, it's a clicking, a fucking ticking clock. That tick, 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 tick. And as the days and the weeks and the years go by, you know, with females, they start getting closer to that wall, it's a wrap. Like I said, man, nature is more forgiving for men. We could start families in our 40s and 50s, man. You know, but with women, there's no forgiving, bro. You know what I'm saying? They get to be 30, they ain't married, they'll never be married. And this woman, this dog lady, she's way over 30. She don't even have any kids. Who's gonna take care of her when she's old, bro? Nobody. You hear what I'm saying? Nobody's gonna take care of her, bro. She's a done deal, bro. She's done for, as I say, right? She's done for, bro. You know, and think about it, man. You can't turn back the clock, right? It's once the time is past, it's past. You know, like me, I could have a baby with boobs and stuff, man, and we could start a family right now. And if I had my money together, you know what I'm saying? She can't do the same. You know, that dog lady that's way past 30, she can't do the same, bro. And she's mad about that, and she's jealous about that. That women cannot do the same thing that men can do. We could play around in our 20s, 30s, 40s, and start a family when you're 50. You hear what I'm saying? They can't do that. You can't do the same, bro. That lets you know that men and women are not the same. You know, we're not the same. We're not equal. You know what I'm saying? I told that broad, I said, yeah, I'm gonna have some kids in the future. I can see the look on her face, man, that, you know, that she's jealous of that, man. So, hey, how come he can start a family later in life and I can't? Well, nature gave you a biological clock, okay? So you gotta settle down and get married in your 20s instead of your 30s and 40s, because finding a soulmate or starting a family, it gets harder to do in your later ages. You know what I mean? Who's gonna marry a 30-something-year-old woman? I mean, damn, look at young Jeezy. He tried to marry Jeannie Mai. Jeannie Mai was close to 40. Okay? Look how fast they got divorced. I mean, damn, look at that. You know? If young Jeezy would have married a younger woman, they probably would still be married, man. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to marry a woman that's 30 plus years old, bro. They too goddamn old. You feel me? I'm sorry, guys. I gotta get some pizza right now. I'm trying to come down off of my hangover. Man. I was drunk last night. Sorry, guys. I broke the diet. I broke the diet. I was supposed to be on a strict diet and not drink until Friday. Shit, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you can't do the same thing that men can do. Play around in your 20s and 30s and then try to find a soulmate in your 40s. You can't do that. Women in their 40s, they can only have one child. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about like safely though, without any. I mean, when they get over 35, they're at risk for like birth defects and stuff, man. You know, somebody sat here and smoked a whole entire thing of cigarettes. Feel what I'm saying? Your baby will come out to have Down syndrome, messing with them older women and shit. Nah, we want them young when you have kids. What up, dog?
Thank you. Have a good day.
Let me get 2 slices, man. Yeah, 2 slices. With pepper and cheese, please.
438. That's it?
That's it, brother. When?
Ah, no,
Different dude, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, but it was a good time. I just wanted to have a good memory when I saw you.
Appreciate it, brother.
Thanks, man.
You'll get pepper and cheese, man.
Pepperoni and cheese.
No, with the pepper and
The cheese and
Parmesan.
chili?
Yeah, Parmesan cheese.
That's what I say.
Really?
Yeah?
No.
Chili flakes.
Chili flakes. And cheese. Appreciate it, brother.
Thank you, boss. Have a good day.
Yeah, they can't do the same thing that we can do. We can start families and get married in our 40s and 50s and shit, man. You know, a lot of women, they play around in the streets, man, messing around with Chad and Tyrone. And then they start running out of time. They get into their 30s, they start sweating bullets. You know, they get into their 30s, they sweating. Nobody's gonna marry me. Nobody's gonna marry me. I'm getting old. It's all gonna go to shit. You know what I'm saying? It's all gonna go to shit. You know, us men, we can play around in our 20s, 30s, 40s, and get married by 50, man. You know, a lot of them got that trauma too from like past, previous relationships. What the fuck, bro? He gave me some napkins. That's not. He gave me wet wipes. That's not cheese, bro. Wet wipes. Not cheese. Not cheese. Just a wet wipes.
I'm sorry, no cheese.
It's all good. Thank you, man. You know what I'm saying? We men are built differently, man. That's something that a lot of females don't understand. You know what I'm saying? Us men, we got all the time in the world. I seen a dude go to the Philippines and have a kid in his 50s, man, with a Filipino female, and got married too. Nature is very cruel to women, bro. Just like nature is cruel to us, you know, we gotta get out there and get the money and become providers. But it's also cruel to women because after they hit a certain age, man, they can't reproduce like that no more. Me, I wouldn't have a baby with a female in her 30s. I don't care if she don't have any children. There's got to be 20-something-year-old female. A lot of females that hold that trauma in their head. You feel me? Either from the back. They got the trauma in the head, bro, and it's hard to have a relationship with that. You see how crazy that dog lady is? Nobody's gonna marry that man. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's gonna marry that shit, bro. You feel me? Look at this motherfucker. What's his name? Average man? Or average lion? Yeah, you ain't lying. You definitely average, bro. Average lion. Get the hell out of here, man. Get your little dirty ass up out of here. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of females, they'll never get married, bro. A lot of them won't. Some of them real, man. Some of them, they play by the rules and they get married early, man. Well, a lot of them, they thinking they got all the time in the world. You feel what I'm saying? You know, And the thing is, that's the dream of a woman, bro. Is to get married and have children, bro. That's their dream. I done heard females say that to me. When I was working at the security job one time, and I was like telling her that, hey, I'm trying to get rich. I'm trying to make a hit in music. That's my dream, to make a hit in music. And she was like, my dream is to have a family. That's what she said. I done heard females tell me that. Their dream is to have a family, get married, have children. And that's why that dog lady is mad. Because she can't fulfill that dream. And that's why she drinks from sun up to sundown. Nobody wants to marry her. Nobody wants to be with her, bro. You know. Her life is over, bro. The moment you can't attract a mate, that's when your life is over. Your life is completely over. You'll never ever see a wedding ring or nothing like that. No wedding rings. No flower girls. No altar. No preacher. No Bible. No dearly beloved. No honeymoon. You know what I'm saying? And some of them, for some females, no children. Some women are childless, bro. That means they're gonna reach an old age alone, bro. Being by themselves. And being old and alone is the biggest nightmare of the world, bro. It's different when you young and alone. But when you old and alone, man, it's a wrap. And some people are better because they didn't have families when they were younger. A lot of women too. A lot of women are bitter. I told that dog lady, you will be alone for the rest of your life. I told her that. And she was like, so? I don't care. Yeah, you care. What the hell you don't? You know what I'm saying? A lot of them are bad luck, man. A lot of women that are leftovers, ain't been married. A lot of them are bad luck. Don't get around them, man. They ain't gonna do nothing but just bring you down. Because they're bitter about the past, man. They're bitter about ex-boyfriends. When they get older, they be bitter about ex-boyfriends and shit. And they take that shit out on you. They take it out on you. See what I'm saying? It's time to go fly a sign. Ugh. You know. And she was jealous of the relationship, or the little relationship that me and Boobs got. She was jealous of that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? And she seen how Boobs look. Young, cute. You know what I'm saying? And she showed that's my style right there. You know, feel me? You're not my style. You're fucking ugly old maid that nobody wants to marry. You know, when you take off your glasses, you are hideous. Her glasses block some of her sub-5-ness, you know what I'm saying? And once you take them glasses off, man, she is a sight for man, I would say sore eyes, but I should say a sight for just no eyes. A sight for no eyes. Like, girl, you playing. You know, Berto, he claimed that I liked her and shit. I said, are you fucking kidding me? Are you serious? First of all, I don't like dating women my own age. She's 43. Second of all, Cat is ugly. Yeah, they call her Cat, the dog lady. Cat is fucking ugly. She's beat up from the flow up. You see that female over there in Starbucks? That's who I roll with, the young and cutie, you know. She's more my face match. This right here, bitch, the bitch that was screaming at me with that fucking cart, that's not my face match, bro. And when I look at her, I be like, damn, I had females that were prettier than her before. That's how women think, man. When they look at us average dudes, and they're top tier, they'll think in their head, like, I've been with a guy that's better looking than him. That's how I think. That's how men think. We look at a female, we can see that she's sub-5, and we're average looking at best, and, you know, we look at her and be like, nah, I had prettier and younger women than her. Why would I want to sell myself short? You know, when I could do better with the looks and the youth. You know, I'm still attracting young females here. You know what I mean? Why would I want an old maid, bro? An old maid that nobody wants. If nobody wants you, I don't want you. If other men don't want you, I don't want you. Why would I want to go after a woman that no man wants? You feel what I'm saying? You know, yeah, she must be smoking. You think I'm gonna be with a female that's low caliber? You know, fuck that. I deserve, you know, better than that, man. That's how I look at it, man. You know, she reached to be 43 and unmarried for a reason. You feel what I'm saying? You got to be 43 and married. Why? Because no man wanted to put a ring on it. That means you are a trash bitch that nobody wants. You are thrown in the garbage can. One time, this one dude pulled up. It was right over there. I was standing on the side, right? And this one dude pulled up, and he gave her a cup full of piss, bro. Man, he peed in the cup and gave it to her outside his car, right? He gave it to her, and she was like, oh, thank you. And she looked at it, and it was still warm. It was piss. You see? And that's sad, bro. For a man to pull up and give you some piss, that means nobody want your ass. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants your ass. And guess what? You gotta spend your whole entire life alone. Seriously though. Because nature is unforgiving. You feel what I'm saying? Nature is unforgiving when it comes to females. For us men, nature forgives us our whole entire lives. We could get married at a later age. You feel what I'm saying? We can have children at a later age with ease too. As long as we got our money together, we can have children with a young female with ease, with no struggle. You know, yeah, facts. I even seen women her age way prettier than her. She's sub 5. Yeah, man. All these females are trash hoes that nobody wants. You know, a female that's homeless. That's not a good look. That means nobody wants you. You see, like, there was this one female out here. She was homeless. She was very pretty. I gave her a 7 in looks. And she sunbathes outside her tent and shit. You know, she had a nice body on her too, man. Somebody came along and scooped that shit up, bro. I haven't seen that bitch since, bro. You feel me? I haven't seen that bitch since. The good shit people take, bro. And the trash shit, they throw it out. I don't want this. This shit is trash. Throw that bitch away like a trash bag, bro. Take out the garbage. The bitch she ain't worth nothing. You feel me? Ain't no man trying to be with her. So, no holy matrimony, no preachers, no flower girls, no cake, no wedding cake, no wedding pie, no wedding food, period. No wedding food, period. No honeymoon, no children for some females. It's a wrap. Just like Sub 5 Stalker. Childless, in her 40s, unmarried. We don't want them. We're like, man, Young Jeezy should have been, that should have been a big red flag for Young Jeezy with Jenny Mai getting up to be 30-something years old and didn't have children. You know what I'm saying? A big, huge red flag. You ain't got no children and you over 35? There's something wrong with that picture, man. The woman ain't marriage material, man. She got all them demons in her system, bro. You know what I'm saying? All that trauma from other relationships. That's why we don't want them older women, bro. You see, Boobs, she's new to the world. She ain't never been through nothing. You know what I'm saying? she ain't had a whole lot of relationships going on, and she ain't lived a whole lot of life yet. And that's how we like it. We want females in their 20s because they haven't lived a whole lot of life. They ain't got no past trauma from previous relationships and shit like that. They don't have that, man. Okay, though. These are the trash women of the world. We don't want them. We put rings on young females. Women who are in their 20s. You'll never see me in lifetime marry a 35-year-old woman, bro. Or even a 40-year-old woman. I get my bread right, I can get a young female to have my children. I can have children with boobs. You feel me? I'd rather have children with boobs than have children with the dog lady, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like the typical black dude that'll go out and get an ugly female, a woman that's sub-5. I'm not that thirsty motherfucker like that, bro. She got to be at least average and young, bro. You know what I'm saying? And right now, in my life right now, bro, I'm still attracting young females. You know what I'm saying? That means I was a bad motherfucker in my 20s. Yeah. You feel me? Yeah, though. Look at, I ate the pizza from the back. I tore that pizza up. I ate it from the back. You eat that motherfucking pizza from the back. Yeah, though. That's all I gotta say, man. We men, what could we say, man? I mean, damn. Life is more forgiving with us. Nature is more forgiving when it comes to us. You feel what I'm saying? Women got a ticking time bomb. Shit. I tell you, boy, it's just like a fucking ticking time bomb. You know, that tick, 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 tick. My thing is, I wouldn't have babies with boobs, though. She's too short and too small. She got a small head. I want a bigger skull. You feel what I'm saying? You know, I don't want to runt. I want a taller female around my height because I don't want to produce any tall babies. I mean, any short babies, I want to produce tall babies. Because I don't want my son to be mad at me like, Dad, why am I 5'2" or 5'9"? He wouldn't be 5'2" if I got with boobs. I think he would be like around my height or even taller. You got a 5'4" female and a 5'9" guy. Chances are, your kid might be taller than you. I looked it up. And my sister's boyfriend, he's 5'9", and my sister, she's 5'4". And my nephew is 6 foot. You know what I'm saying? So she definitely got to be over 5'4", man. She got to be over 5'4". At least 5'6" or 5'7". You feel what I'm saying? Because you're creating a person that's going to live 80 years on this earth. And you want the best for your children. But yeah, I wouldn't be long-term with boobs. She just too short. She got a very small skull, bro. A very small skull. I can't have that for my kid, especially if it's a guy, you know. You get a bigger skull, your kid, or if it's a dude, he'll have a bigger skull, you know? And that's important for you to have a big skull as a man. Very important. Meaning if your skull is too small, man, you're gonna have a hard time getting a female. I mean, I remember one time I saw this guy from Thailand. Well, he went from Thailand, but he was visiting Thailand here on YouTube. I think he was Chocolate Man in Thailand's friend, right? And they was doing a live stream, and I saw a guy. He had the smallest head in the fucking world. I was like, damn, that nigga head small, bro. Like no hat would fit his ass, bro. His head was that small, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh no, I can't have a kid with a small head, man. That's my only concern is her height and her head size. You get a female with a bigger skull, man. You know what I'm saying? That's good genetics right there. Like me, I got a medium-sized skull. It ain't big. You know what I'm saying? You know. Did it taste like boobs coochie? Hey man, look. I would eat that. I would eat a coochie. She looked good enough to eat, shit. But I gotta hurry up and give her something though. I think I'm gonna give her some flowers. And some candy and stuff. You know, young females, they like that. So I'm gonna probably get some roses and a candy. I don't know if she got a boyfriend, nothing like that, but I'll just give it to her. It's not that expensive. Spend about 30 or 40 bucks. It's the thought that counts. I don't want to spend $100 on perfume and shit. But anyway, I'm off the subject, man. You know, these females, they got a time limit, man. And once that time limit is up, once the time is up, there's no going back. They can't say, oh, wait a minute, let me go get some of my youth back. Nope. You had your chance to make it right. And now your time is up. That dog lady, she'll never ever see a wedding ring as long as she lives, bro. And that's a hard pill to swallow. That's why she's walking around, you know, butt hurt and shit. And bitter. You know. Because that fucking goddamn pill was bitter. The pill that she gotta swallow is bitter. For me, nigga, I could get married the moment I get the bag. And settle down and have children. Have kids, man. You know what I'm saying? I really want Tarly pants though. I've been checking her out lately. She tall, man. I bet she look good in a swimsuit. Holy cow. Tarly pants. She around 5'8", man. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. You feel me? You know. Yeah, get her some candy and shit. You know, them young females in their 20s, they love candy. You know? Give her a gift. It keeps the interest going. It keeps her thinking about you. The Indian female, we had a conversation last night, but she's not pretty enough. See, I like my females at least average looking. She's like below average looking. She's she's not a 3. She's like a 4, man. She's a 4 in looks. But she's got a really thin body with itty bitty tiny boobs. Tiny boobs. That's her new name. Cause she got small ass titties and her ass is very small. Everything's petite, bro. Everything is so compact. But it look like she ain't got no kids either. No husband or nothing like that. She a career woman and shit. That's what she told me, man. She worked for the techies and shit. You know, she worked for the techies. But she's out of work right now, so, you know, gotta be picky and choosy, man. Who you deal with. I choose not to deal with females that are like past 30, man. That's too much of a goddamn a struggle, bro. Like, you gonna struggle with them females. All that past trauma from previous relationships, they carry that shit with them, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, the younger females, they don't got that, man. They don't got no past trauma. Younger females, they trying to have fun and go out, man. And they more obedient too. A lot of them young females, they listen to you, man. But them older women, they hard-headed. That's the reason why nobody's trying to marry them, man. You know what I'm saying? You see how that bitch, the dog lady, how she act? Nobody wants to be with that, bro. You feel me? You know. Nobody wants to be with that. Loud mouth, okay? Talking out of turn, interrupting conversations, showing up without telling people. It's like, man, nah, I'm good. Like I said, I wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot pole, bro. You must be smoking. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'd rather jerk off to porn than fuck her, bro. That's how bad it is. You feel what I'm saying? You know. My thing is boobs. I got a few complaints, man. She ain't got enough ass, and she got some titties though. I like them titties she got, but she ain't tall. You know what I'm saying? I like them taller, thicker. You know what I'm saying? But hey, you know what? Beggars can't be choosers. She ain't Miss Right, but she's Miss Right now. I gotta go. I gotta fly my son. I'll see y'all on the next one, man. You know. Yep, facts. Previous relationships, trauma. You know, and they take that shit out on you, man. You know what I'm saying? You know. Yeah, she just Miss Right now, man. She ain't Miss Right, but she's Miss Right now, man. I need my dick sucked and my balls licked right now. I gotta go. You guys have a good day. I'm out. I gotta fly my son. Peace.